Rabbits are very prolific. A doe can give birth to an average of 30 baby rabbits per year if she is well managed. However, the productivity of rabbits does not depend only on what they eat. They also need other conditions to reproduce. It is necessary to adopt good practices to ensure that your rabbits reproduce well because there are very many benefits. If you use good practices, your breeding does will be healthy and give birth to many baby rabbits that you can sell for a good price. You can then use these proceeds to do something else. You will earn good money and be happy. In this video, we will learn how to make our rabbits reproduce better. A good reproduction starts by selecting bucks and does to breed, that is, males and females.
Chez le mâle, le testicule doit être développé, bien développé.
The testicles of the male rabbit should be well developed, and the male should be highly performing and healthy.
La femelle doit avoir
The female rabbit should have 4 pairs of teeth, be healthy and have a high birth rate. As for the birth rate, you need to check information regarding their parents.
The buck should be from 6 to 8 months old and weigh at least 2 to 3 kilograms. The doe should be from 6 to 7 months of age and weigh at least 2 kilograms. If the doe is from a mother that gives birth to many baby rabbits, we will be more likely to have many baby rabbits too. Avoid using a breeding buck and a doe from the same family. Otherwise, you may have inbreeding, infertility, and deform the reproductive organs of the offspring. To do this, starting from 3 months of age, separate the young male and female rabbits to avoid early mating. This would affect their growth, and the baby rabbits would give birth to would-be poor breeding stock, especially when there is inbreeding. Do not keep your bucks together as they will fight. In breeding, rabbit health is very important. Make sure your buck and doe are in good health. To make sure that your animals prosper, replace the bucks that breed poorly with new, high-performing ones. If you get breeding bucks from another farm, first isolate and watch them for a while to avoid any risk of spreading disease to your other rabbits.
Quand on voit une femelle en bonne santé,
If a doe is in good health, we can see her moving in her hatch, but there will be no sign of diarrhea in the hatch. There will also be no particular signs such as scabies, scabs, and parasites on her body. On the other hand, we also check if the female has eaten her food. If she has not touched the food at all, this lets us know that there is a problem.
To make rabbits mate, some farmers will check first to see if the doe is on heat before putting her with a buck. A doe on heat is a female whose vulva, that is the split, open part of her reproductive organ, is often red. However, the color of the vulva can be a misleading sign. So you should well observe the behavior of the doe when putting her with a male. Take the doe to the buck because they will always mate in the buck's cage. Once in the buck's cage, the doe will first be agitated, then she will stay still. She will stretch out and lift up her behind to let the buck mount her. If the doe doesn't accept the buck within 2 to 4 minutes after being brought to the buck's cage, do not insist. Otherwise, the buck's genital parts can be damaged, especially if the doe is aggressive. Remove the doe and try again with another buck if possible. The buck is very satisfied after penetration and may fall on his side. The breeding has then been successful. To make sure, let the doe mate twice with the buck before removing her from the cage. This will increase the chances of breeding success. To better manage rabbit mating, some farmers use group mating. An original idea used by Armand, a rabbit breeder in Dassa in central Benin.
My
does are divided into 3 groups. After breeding one group, we wait 10 days before breeding the second group. Then another 10 days before the third group. So there are litters born every 10 days. We have adopted this practice so that after the rabbits give birth, we can give proper care to the whole group at the same time. This also allows us to sell the rabbits at the same time and make more money at each sale.
To find out if the doe is highly productive and if the buck is high performing, systematically write the mating date and the names or numbers of rabbits mated on the follow-up sheets for each buck and doe. Do not breed your rabbits at just any time of the day. It is best to breed them very early in the morning or late in the evening.
The doe should be bred early in the morning or late in the evening, as this is a good time for fertilization. It is also the time when the genital organs are stimulated.
If your buck is mating for the first time, put him with an experienced female which has already had several successful matings. Males should mate with only one female per day, otherwise they will get tired fast and you may not be able to use them for a long time. But if you want to mate them with 2 females per day, allow for 12 hours between the 2 matings, that is, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. Rabbits give birth 1 month after mating. 12 to 14 days after breeding, you can check to see if the female is pregnant. Some farmers weigh their doe before breeding and then again 2 weeks after breeding. If the doe weighs at least 200 grams more, then she is pregnant. Some will bring the mated doe back to the buck 2 weeks after mating. If the doe refuses, she is pregnant. Experienced farmers will feel their doe. To do this, grab the skin above her hip with one hand and then lift up her behind. Gently move your second hand under her belly in a back and forth motion. If you feel small balls sliding with the touch of your hand, then your doe is pregnant. But be careful. Any feeling before 12 or 14 days after mating can cause abortion. Sudden or rough handling or agitating the doe can also cause abortion, so feel the rabbit gently. The doe will soon give birth. She will need a nest. Around 5 days before the estimated date of giving birth, prepare the nest and check your doe's behavior. Before the rabbit gives birth, we clean the nest box with disinfectant to make sure disease germs have been killed before we put in the rabbits, as they are very fragile. Put wood chips or dry straw in the box. The nest box should always have clean litter replaced every 3 days. Rabbits give birth after about 30 days. They usually give birth at night, during 15 to 20 minutes if the mother gives birth to 5 to 10 baby rabbits. A doe can give birth at most 4 to 5 times a year if you don't want her to be quickly exhausted. She will give birth to about 7 baby rabbits at once. The number of baby rabbits depends on parents' performance, age, and feeding. Don't forget to write down the date of birth on the follow-up sheet. What have we learned from this video? Good rabbit reproduction starts by selecting a breeding doe and a breeding buck and managing how they mate. Avoid using a breeding buck and doe from the same family. Replace the bucks that breed poorly with new, high-performing ones. To mate your rabbits, always take the doe to the buck's cage early in the morning or late in the evening. Don't insist if the doe refuses the buck. If she does accept him, mate them twice before removing the doe from the cage. Check to see if the rabbit is pregnant 12 to 14 days after mating. Prepare a nest box in the cage just before she gives birth and always keep the litter clean. Rabbits give birth after about 30 days. A doe can give birth at most 4 to 5 times a year. Now all you have to do is manage the rabbits well so that the rabbits can grow well. You will then sell for a good price.